All right, now we're going to talk about business startup, how to start off on the good foot. I can't even explain to you how many businesses they, they just start off on terrible foot, including myself. You know what I mean? Nobody, really teaches how to start the structure of your business and really wearing the different hats in your business, so to speak. You can't just, think you're just going to sell beats and you're going to run a $1 million empire like that. You got to understand business. You have to know how to set it up from the ground up. And if you get a good foundation, if you have a good foundation already, then you're not going to run into a lot of the problems down the road that's going to hinder you from exponential growth in your business. So it's very critical that you start your business off even before it starts making money the right way. So that way, it's very simple when it's time to pay taxes, when it's time to grow, invest in more things in your business. Everything is already prepared to be scaled. That's called being scalable, scalability. Your business is going to be scalable, but only if your foundation is correct. If it's incorrect, you're going to run into a lot of problems down the road, which I've been through, so I can help you avoid these problems. First, let's talk about the different business structures. There's sole proprietorship. That's what everybody starts out as. Before you register a business, you're a sole proprietorship, which means that basically it's your income and you're going to pay taxes on the money you bring in. It's under your own name, so it's like your own social security number, or you can get an EIN number, and but basically it's like you are the business. You know what I mean? That's so if you were to sell something right now, sell your beats without doing any paperwork, you could consider yourself a sole proprietorship. When you go pay taxes, and they'll tax you on all the money you bring in as a sole proprietorship. Now, uh, there's a reason why you don't want to use sole proprietorships. Is because one, um, the liability. That's the main thing. Is that if you get sued as a sole proprietorship, you there is no you being separate from your business, which means that they can come after your ass. I mean, if you get sued for $1 million and your business is only made, 100,000, they'll take your personal assets, which means they can come take your house, your car, everything. They can wipe you clean, okay, and they will do that. So it's best to uh, not even take that risk and register for another business structure. Corporation. I actually had a corporation. You don't want nothing to do with a corporation. I tell you off the bat. Too much work. What corporation means that you basically are setting up a separate entity, which means the corporation is its own, like its own living person. You're just working for the corporation. You're not the corporation. Why you don't want to use corporations? One, the paperwork is ridiculous. Two, double taxation. What that means is the business gets taxed for the money that comes into the business, and you get taxed for the income that you make. Like, so, if the business makes $1 million, you put $100,000 in that into your personal bank account, which means you got paid $100,000. You get taxed on $100,000, and you get taxed on $1 million that came in. So that's called double taxation. There's something called an S corp, which kind of alleviates that, but you don't want to get. I'm trying to tell you the paperwork is nasty. You don't want to even deal with that shit because there's no point. They have a new thing called LLC, which is like the Renaissance. We call that the Renaissance structure because it kills sole proprietorship and corporation. It takes the best of both of those and puts it into one structure. And this is where you find every business that's starting up now is starting with LLC. I mean, because you can do millions and millions of dollars with LLC. I mean, nobody's really starting up corporations anymore, or nobody's dealing with sole proprietorship. The reason why is because as an LLC, one, you have a choice to be taxed as a corporation or as um, a sole proprietorship, which means that you can actually um, let them tax you what's called pass-through taxation, which means that you'll get taxed on your personal income, but that's it. You know what I mean? So if the business makes $1 million, you basically claim $1 million. You say, okay, well, I made $1 million, and then they take out their taxes on that. You take your taxes out on that million. You know what I mean? There's really no separation as far as um, you pay it on your personal taxes. There's no separation. This is a separate entity for me. But what an LLC does gives you the liability, the limited liability of a corporation. That means if somebody sues you, they can't come after your personal assets. They can only take what's in the LLC, what the LLC has made, and what in the LLC assets. So they can't come take your house or car or anything like that. And that's very important because, like I said, especially when you're dealing with the music industry, people always getting sued for samples and all that stuff. You don't even want to, take the chance of them being able to take anything that you personally own. And so you want to only, that's why LLC is the best. LLC is very simple to start up. You go to your government website, like ca.gov, California, and just go get the paperwork for the LLC. Usually, I know California costs $70. Different states cost different prices. You fill out the form. It's very simple. It's like a one-page form. You mail it in, and then you have an LLC. You want to choose the name of your company, obviously, so you can do like Joe Beats LLC, or something like that. And you can check online in your state's website and see if it's available first. So see if it's available, and then you can start your LLC. Like I said, LLC is very simple. You just mail in one form, and then you get to go. Corporation is ugly. Sole proprietorship, you have too much liability. Your initial investment wasn't initial investment. Initial investment is what you put into the business initially. So you're starting a music production business, so you're not going to start it with $10 in the bank. You know what I mean? You want to save up some money. If you're working 9 to 5, save up some money, that you can invest into your business because you're gonna need things. You're gonna need, for that initial surge, you're gonna cost money. You know, uh, domain hosting, domain website, maybe some artwork, somebody to hook it up for you, um, advertising. All that goes into the initial budget, the initial push that you're trying to do. How much should it be? Well, I always say $1,000. You know what I mean, which is really cheap. I mean, when you think about how much it would cost to start a regular business, I mean, you're talking like hundreds of thousands. A Subway, we're going to open up a Subway. It's going to cost $300,000 to open up a Subway. You know what I'm saying? 300,000. So this is a business you can start for $1,000. If you have less than 1,000, okay, you can skim by. 500. It doesn't really matter. $100. But I would suggest if you don't have much and you say, well, I'm desperate, I'm trying to get by, I'm starving, then you should wait a little bit, go get a couple hustles, go get a couple side jobs, you feel me, and then save up and say, okay, now I got $1,000, which shouldn't take you more than a month. You know what I mean? Go rake some leaves, go do whatever you got to do, get go sell candy, whatever, and come back with 500 to $1,000, and then start your business. You're not getting here saying, well, I'm broke and desperate, you know what I mean? Because how are you going to pay for advertising? How are you going to get the initial, it takes an initial startup cost, you know what I mean? Like, don't be ignorant now, And that's a real ignorant mentality if you really think you're going to start a business with just completely nothing, you know what I mean? Just somehow magically poof poof. So you definitely don't invest your bill money. You want to set aside some extra money. You should be saving a couple dollars. If you work a 9 to 5, like I said, save up for a couple weeks. And you can do it. You don't have to not build your business while because you're saving up, but just know that initial surge is going to cost some money to buy some traffic, buy some artwork, And so as you build your business, continue to save, and then when it's ready, time to start spending the money, you'll have it there to be able to initially invest in your business. What should you spend it on? Like I said, you're gonna need hosting. You're gonna need the rest of the domain, which is relatively cheap. You may want some artwork done. You can go to elance.com, get some artwork done. You can find that in the resources section of this course. Um, you're gonna need advertising. If you want to Google AdWords, um, you might want to set aside maybe $200, $300 to spend on that. So you can get some clicks and initial traffic. Your autoresponder for your email marketing. You haven't got that far in the course yet, probably, but you need an autoresponder, which can cost you about $20 a month. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. As far as the initial surge, you want to get some banner ads and things like that. We'll talk more about that in the advertising part of in the marketing part of this course. But so you're gonna have a few things you're gonna need to buy. You know what I mean? So you definitely want to make sure you have that in your pot. You don't want to end up needing to pay for something just to get you going, and you don't have the money to do it. Because then it's like, damn, you got to put a halt on it, and you got to wait. So set aside a couple of dollars, $500 to $1,000. Let's go over the departments that your business is going to have. You're going to have marketing department, customer support department, content creation department, public relations, finance, and charity department. Now this seems like a lot, but really, um, I'll show you when I go into detail each one. You can see that you don't really have to really like focus on each one uh all day. One, like every day. Finance. I mean, there's like simple tasks that go into it. Um, Finance. You're gonna that's just pretty much handling your cash flow, your business, public relations, and we're gonna go into each one of these in detail. But don't get scared right now saying, "Oh snap, you gotta do all that." But it is take a bit of work though. Marketing, you're going to be in charge of managing marketing campaigns, which means that since you're going to be the only person in your business when you first starting up, obviously, you're going to have to come up with the marketing plans. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of promotion are you going to be running? You know, or how we're going to do the Google AdWords. How we're going to attract the customers. And we go more into this in the marketing section of the course. But these are some of your job duties. Create unique marketing strategies to increase brand awareness. That means that you want to if you're Joe Beats, you definitely want Joe Beats to be branded. You know what I mean? You want people to how are you gonna get people to remember Joe Beats? What are you gonna do to stand out from the crowd? You know what I mean? These are different strategies you're gonna have to sit and think about and contemplate. And as the marketing department of your business, I'm saying that's the most critical part because that's where the money is made. Is when you have effective marketing. Promotion planning. You're gonna be planning out your promotions. And most of your time is going to be spent on the marketing part of your business because that's where the cash flow, that's where the money comes in at. So you got to plan your promotion. What kind of sales are you going to be running? If you plan a month ahead, we're going to run a sale this week, this sale this week. We're going to do 10 for one on this week, $500 for 20 beats on this week. Just make sure you plan out your promotions, and that's where the money comes in at. Utilizing effective advertising methods. It's also the marketing department's job for you to go out and get advertising, whether it be online, free advertising, YouTube. We'll talk about some advertising methods later in the course, but that's your job. You're gonna have to really get traffic because without traffic, nobody's gonna buy your beats. Nobody's gonna be aware of your brand. You're not gonna make any money. So you're gonna have to utilize different advertising methods, and it's the marketing department's job to oversee that. Create sales material. If you're doing whatever you're selling, you may be doing a sales video with your beat pages, selling each beat. You know what I mean? You may want to do a quick little sales video. We'll go over that in later in the course, but that's still the marketing department's job. Anything has to do with selling, anything has to do with the selling, advertising, that's the marketing department. Your charity department, you're organizing charity events, raising funds through donations, making a positive impact on communities through giving. I'm a big advocate of having a charity department. You need one because that's how you're giving back. You know what I mean? It keeps your flow of giving. I mean, it does so much. I mean, every business needs a charity department. You know what I mean? It shows your appreciation, your gratitude, your giving. So it's like keeping it flowing. You know what I mean? You're making money, you're giving it, and I find that within the laws of the universe, the more you give, the more you're gonna get back. So if your business has, continues to give, your business is gonna continue to grow. Um, you can't outbeat the universe giving, so you definitely want to continue to give to charities. Uh, However it is, however you're doing it, something you're giving away and doing positive impact. You're being blessed and you're helping to bless other people because you're gonna make a lot of money. So, you can give 10. I usually say 10% of your profits can go to charity, or 5%, whatever. Finance department, very important department. Most people can't even budget their own finances, so then budgeting of business finances can prove to be a challenge. You know what I mean? So I like to keep it real simple. I'm not the best finance person in the world. That's why for me, I'm like type person. Okay, I gotta keep this as simple as possible. With the course, you got my personal budgeting sheet. Like I said, I keep it really simple. Um, Real simple. You get the goal, you got your revenue, how much you made, how much you spent, and you get your profit. And you run that through every day. It's real simple when you have the sheet. Maintaining your balance sheet, like we talked about. That we're gonna talk more about that in the finance section of the course. But you're gonna have to know how to manage your balance sheet, liabilities, and assets. Um, Income, what's bringing in money, and how much you owe. Debits and credits. It's really simple though. Like I said, I keep it really simple for you because I keep it really simple for myself. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person that really needs stuff simple and it's finance stuff. Keeping an eye on cash flow. That's going to be an important part because what you don't want to do is make $2,000 in a month and then go buy shoes and clothes and stuff like that. And you need gas for your car, and you spent that whole $2,000 on stuff that didn't grow your business. So you have to keep an eye on where your cash is going because that'll happen. You understand what I mean? Like, you start making money. Um, if you don't watch your cash flow, you'll just keep making something, losing it. You never really grow it to where it's really making anything significant because you'll keep taking the money out of the business. So you got to really keep an eye on your cash flow. Paying all bills and debts on time. Make sure you pay all everything you got to pay on time. Don't let it fall behind, or else it could really look bad for your business, and just start messing up. So it's your job as a finance department to do that. Keeping tax information and receipts readily available. Make sure you set aside your money because the IRS don't play games. You know what I mean? So set aside 30%. I say set aside 30% of your money. I always said it. Say, okay, this is my tax, and I'm not going to even touch that. I'm gonna take 30%. Well, you can start a whole new savings account. Go to a bank and set up a whole new bank account and just keep that. Say this is my tax money. Every time I get money, 30% goes in there because I know taxes they're gonna get it. They're gonna they gotta get paid at the end of the year. It's not like before when you had a job where you just filed taxes and then you got money back. You're gonna be paying money, and you better have that money to pay, or it's gonna be a problem for you. Public relations. Maintaining a positive image in the public eye. That's going to be critical for you. You know what I mean? You don't want to never get a negative look as far as, you're not delivering, you're bullshitting, you're lying, you're scamming. All those kind of things you don't really want. You want people to really, when they think of Joe Beats or whatever your site is, they think of a stand-up person, somebody who gives back, honest company, you know, you make hits or whatever. You just want to, just something positive. You don't really want to have be seen negatively, have a bad name or a bad reputation because um, what that does is it'll stop people from buying stuff from you. And so that's part of the public relations job, to make sure that that image is always out there. Establishing relationships with media outlets, that's going to be a very important part of your business. If you can get your website on like All Hip Hop DX, these major hip hop sites, a lot of your target market, a lot of artists are there, so you're gonna make a lot of money. So media outlets are very critical to as far as traditional advertising also, but this is a free way to get lots of money and lots of traffic. It's absolutely free. Getting interviews, feature stories, and reviews. You want to get interviewed, you want to get feature story. I'm telling you from experience that will boost your business like you've never seen. You want to get in the media because people believe the media and they trust the media. So if you get in the media, get an interview, people are going to, like, your sales are going to explode. I've seen this over and over again in my own businesses. As soon as I get in the story on one of these sites, I just get, stupid hits. So, that's part of your public relations job. Content creation, updating your content daily. What you're going to learn in this course is that you're not going to sit by idly and wait for people to come buy beats. You're going to have your blog or something, your website. You're going to always be putting new information up there, teaching new stuff. That way you can keep it fresh. You keep people coming back. Give them a reason to come back. You know what I mean? Not just when they're looking for beats, but so they just, always keep remembering your site at the top of their mind. You know what I mean? So, a lot of times producers, they don't do that. So then a artist may go to your site and they're not ready to buy and they forget all about you. But if they're always coming back and you're updating and keeping fresh stuff on there, new videos, new free beats for them, you know what I mean? That'll make them keep coming back. It'll be on, your site will be fresh in their mind, and when they say, okay, I'm ready to buy some beats, who they're gonna go to? It's your job to put out quality videos, audios, articles. Like I said, you can do things like how to mix better, how to create hooks. Just endless amounts of information that you can put on these on your website about that will help music artists do better. Teach them how to market their stuff. This course you're gonna be able, after you go through this course, you're gonna be able to teach other people how to market more effectively because this stuff applies to any business, not just music production. Creating new beats, that's gonna be your job. When you're dealing with that part of your business, creating new beats is your job also. That's probably the most fun part for you, right? Creating new beats. Remember, that's just part of the content creation. That's the product you're creating. So don't think that creating the beats is the whole part of your business. That's just one small aspect of it. Customer support, very important. You need to respond to support emails. People you can have everything set up perfectly. People are going to find a way to fuck it up. People are going to find a way to not get their beats on time. People are going to find a way to just mess it up. And that's just the nature of business. You know, I find that in any business I have started where customers, you know, they just mess stuff up. You know what I mean? So their computer's going to crash and they lost all your beats and you have to go do all that. So you respond to their emails, make sure you check them, you know, once a night and you know, really be courteous to them and keep your support game up tip top notch because people will give you a bad name if you mess that up. And I've been on the bad end of that and on the good end of that. Support calls, you know, you're gonna end up getting a phone for bu- your business. You got Skype now. I'm gonna show you how to use Skype. So you can actually pay like $8 for 3 months. And you have a business phone. And if you have an iPhone, you can use that for free. You can use Skype and answer your business calls through your iPhone if you have connected to wireless internet. I'll show you how to do that later on in the course. Issue refunds. You know, you're gonna have to issue refunds to people. You know, some people are gonna say, you know what, man, you know, this beat didn't work or something. I don't know. You know, I couldn't get a hot track out of it. So, you know, let me get my money back. And you may say, well, you know, should you offer a money back guarantee? Of course. That just makes people more comfortable with buying. You know what I mean? And most people aren't going to ask for a refund. You're going to have some clowns who do, but oh well, let them do it. You know, um, you'll get way more sales, and we'll talk about that later on in the course also. But you know, if the people who want a refund, you know, you got to issue your refund. Follow up with customers. You know, you may want to follow up, say, you know, how's it going? You know, how did you find everything all right? Were you able to download everything? You know, following up with them as far as you know after you respond to their support email, ask them to make sure everything is all right. You know, customers love that kind of stuff. Really take care of you guys, and they'll keep coming back and buying stuff. Answer all answer all prospect questions and inquiries. So when people, you know, email you about, you know, what if, you know, I need 3 beats or how does it work? You got to be right there to answer the questions for them. That's part of the customer support department. And if you're running that, then you're gonna have to do these things. All right, for the business startup closing, remember to file your paperwork pronto. You know, don't not do that. You know what I mean? Don't wait. Do that now. Go get your paperwork. Get your LLC, send it off. You know, and get your business legit because you know you want to when you start getting these major stuff going on, you may even get you know major labels wanting to you know work use some of your work. You got to have a business. You know what I mean? And people take you serious. You got to have a business. You know what I mean? You don't want to go out there as yourself because you open yourself up to a lot of liability, a lot of risk. It's just not worth it. I mean, any real business person, businessman, businesswoman knows that you got to get your paperwork straight. You need to have your liability limited uh, for the most part, which is what an LLC will do for you. So you need to get your business working. You have to make sure all your departments are running smoothly. You don't want to pay too much attention to one and not enough to the other. You know, that's why some need more attention than other ones. You know, obviously, marketing is going to take more attention than your charity department. You know what I mean? But you would still make sure that, you know, all of them are getting enough attention to where they're not just going to hell, you know. As you grow, you can hire employees to delegate some of the tasks. So the great thing about this foundation is a lot of people, this ain't a normal, people don't normally do this. This is what you find out after you go into business and then you just start screwing up and stuff's going wrong. Then you start understanding this stuff. So basically, I'm saving you a lot of trouble by you doing this because what's going to happen is, you know, say, all right, you're getting some money and you're like, okay, I don't have time. I'm wasting too much time on this, you know, customer support. Well, since you already have everything organized, you can just say, okay, I need to hire somebody for customer support. Bam. You know, that's where I need to cut my time off. You know, and spend less time doing that, more time on, you know, where I can better use my gifts maybe in marketing. You may end up hiring people that do the marketing for you, your marketing team. You start making enough money, and then you say, I want to focus just on making beats. Then it's going to come to a point where you hire an accountant, then you hire a charity organizer, then you hire a publicist, and pretty soon you can start knocking those down, and then you give to what you love to just make beats. That way your business is running without you. You're just making the beats. Everybody else is handling their job. You see, and that's what this allows you to do when you start the business in the right way when you have that foundation. Otherwise, you don't know what's going on. Man. I'm telling you, it's ugly road. Now go on to the next video, and keep learning.